So thank you all very, very much for joining the morning meditation, which will last approximately half an hour. We will have some motivation, some very quiet practice, and then maybe a little bit of dedication and analytical reflection towards the end. But the major part of the session will be quiet because we realize we need that, especially in the morning before what for many people may be quite a busy day. So yeah, there will be the silence that many of us are seeking. So let's start with posture, which I think we're all familiar with, so we don't need to go through each and every point, although it is important to regularly remember the main points, the uprightness, the sense of not being uptight in the body or mind, a sense of course, being very attentive mentally, watching for tension in the shoulders, the muscles of the face, around the mouth and eyes, making sure that you have enough support for your back, so whether you're in a chair or on a cushion. The whole posture is designed to remind us of one of the most important aspects in the Buddha Dharma, which is that we have basic goodness. We have Buddha nature. Right? We have Buddha nature, so we therefore, this posture reflects that very precisely. It's upright, dignified, but also open-hearted. Front of the body is open. So this is something very special. So relax into the posture. Take a few deep breaths and relax with the out breath. Sense of letting go of the cares of the previous day or the night. There may have been bad dreams, but dreams are just dreams. Now they're gone. No need to hang on to them. And no need to worry about the future because we really don't know what the future holds, and worrying about it will not help. So just enjoy being in the present moment with your very precious body and mind. So precious. Buddha said this is the most precious kind of body we could inhabit in the whole of the 6 realms of samsara. This is the best. There's nothing superior to this. As far as the motivation goes, there are many classical ways of developing a motivation, obviously. Classical meaning that are there in the texts, in the liturgies, and they're all wonderful. But we have to make it very personal, have to make it something that touches us in our hearts. So you can think about somebody you know very well who is in a difficult situation or who has just passed away. You can think about how people create the causes for the opposite of what they want, wanting happiness, and through ignorance, creating the opposite. So sad. Unbearably sad. So we can begin to remember what the Mahayana speaks about, Mahayana Buddhism, the importance of the symbol, at least, of the mother, the kindness of the mother, and think about how a mother or father always wants the best for their child, for their children. They want the best, one way or another. The best that they want may not actually be the best, but we're talking about the intention. The mother and father wants the child to, have happiness, have the best, do something that will make them happy. So can we think of that in terms of all beings? Can we wish for the happiness of all beings? Everyone wants to be happy, just like me. So can I open up my heart wide enough to wish for all beings to be happy? Letting go of all petty concerns, competitiveness and jealousy and dislike and all of the rest of that, which has never helped us at all in the past or in the present, and is a great hindrance to our happiness and to our waking up. Can we let go of that petty mind and open our heart to all living beings, including the mosquito or fly that may be disturbing you right now, or the cockroach you saw in your kitchen that you feel you must exterminate? But can we feel like at least that, look, all these beings in their own way want some kind of security and happiness, just like me. So how can I not open up to them in some way? Open the door of the heart. Reflect on this a little while. And also reflect on how everything you have utilized already this morning, even if it wasn't very much, just your electric kettle or a cup or a mug or tea leaves, milk, whatever it was, where does that come from? It doesn't drop out of the sky. Everything, absolutely everything, all comes through the effort, ingenuity, the hard work of others, other beings. Your own body being able to use the equipment and so forth, that is because we are still alive. And why are we still alive? Because since we were born, and even before we were born, we have been taken care of and are supported by others, parents, a society, a system, an infrastructure. However much we may criticize it for various shortcomings, we depend on others for everything, everything. Even positive states of mind, we could say, are nurtured, are awakened through the example and teachings we get from others. Yes, we have Buddha nature, of course. That is not given by others, but who helps us to awaken the Buddha nature? That is others. Lord Buddha's teachings, teachers, other people, kind people, people who test our patience, all of them are helping us to awaken our awakened qualities. So remember the kindness, the great kindness of others. And then a more somber but very necessary thought. How long do we think we have this opportunity with this body and mind? How long do we think we're going to live? We don't know, actually. But we do know that one day we'll no longer be here in this present form. The body and mind will separate. So while we have this time, why not use it to open our heart to the world, to others, and discover a greater universe away from the cloistered, rather smelly cocoon of our own fears and expectations. Okay, so having tenderized a little bit, moisturized this heart, we are ready for the practice, because the practice we engage in is to make us not only calm, stable, kind, and helpful for ourselves, but primarily to be of great benefit to others, to this world, to the suffering beings, suffering planet, we might say. So now we're going to engage in a practice which may help us to become more effective in fulfilling our aspiration to be of benefit, which is the stabilizing meditation, recognizing we need to be able to master the mind rather than being mastered by it and being led in all sorts of directions, like a cow with a ring through its nose. So we practice the breath awareness, which I think we're all familiar with. Make sure there's a sense of stability in the posture, stillness, sense of being relaxed, not uptight. There'll be plenty of opportunities during the day to be uptight. So here we're letting go of that clinging, sort of strained mind and body. There's a sense of flexibility and openness and carefree dignity, as one teacher put it. Dignified, but also carefree. And together with that, of course, sense of being very attentive. So that when thoughts come and we are distracted completely, we remember the object of meditation, sensation of breathing. We let go of the distraction gently but firmly and come back to the breath. And we let go, relax with the out breath especially. We can just let go and dissolve with the out breath, without fearing that we will dissolve completely. We will come back with the in breath, then again, awareness of out breath. Letting go, in a sense, is the way to liberation. Clinging, grasping, holding on tight, that is the source of sorrow. So let's practice together quietly for at least 10 minutes. So let us briefly recollect before we dedicate how all of us sentient beings can rejoice that we decided to practice together, remember the Dharma, which is the sole medicine for our suffering. Every other medicine is very like patchwork, like Band-Aid, very temporary. The Dharma gets to the root of the problem, self-grasping ignorance, and its attendant self-cherishing attitude. So we rejoice at that. We remember the kindness of others, another big factor for rejoicing and for gratitude. There will be many occasions, sometimes, during the day when we feel upset with other people, with beings for behaving the way they do. So let's remember that they are governed by conditions, by the disturbing emotions. They are all subject to the 3 levels of suffering, especially the all-pervasive conditioned suffering of having contaminated aggregates of body and mind. So we can understand and we can at least not get angry with others, not harm them, and if possible, generate compassion towards them, which does not need to be expressed, but internally we guard our own mind from negativity through kindness and compassion, based on understanding. Not some romantic illusion, but based on understanding the situation. And then we dedicate that through this practice together, we are able to generate more and more thoughts of kindness, compassion, based on wisdom. And one of the pith instructions we should remember throughout the day to maintain awareness of what is happening in our minds, how we are behaving, what words are coming out of our mouth, what are we doing with our hands and feet. We should be aware as much as we can, so as to avoid any kind of harm to oneself or others, or any kind of action of body and speech that we might be ashamed of in front of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Okay, so that's it for this morning. Thank you very much, everybody who joined, and maybe see some of you this evening for our 6:30 practice. And to remember that tomorrow evening, 6:30, we have a very good guest speaker, Glenn Svensson, who will speak on insight into emptiness, which is a very critical, basic Buddhist teaching on how to understand who we are, how to understand reality. And this is critical because it's our misunderstanding which causes all of our suffering. So that's tomorrow at 6:30 at Tushita, live as well as in person and on Zoom. Thank you very much.